Hey guys, good morning. I wanted to make this video a while ago, but I just got busy. So I want to talk about how to win arguments with coaches. And I want to start this video off with an example. When I had been a ref for about 2 or 3 years, I was reffing a freshman boys high school game up on the North Shore of Chicago, which is in Illinois, which is in the USA. And this was a very good freshman boys team, and a situation happened in the first half where a forward comes in and he challenges for the ball as the keeper was grabbing it, and the forward ends up hitting the keeper and knocking the keeper down. Well, I blow my whistle and I end up cautioning the forward, okay, because I thought he came in a reckless fashion or something. At that point, the coach is like kind of going crazy, like that wasn't a caution, what do you call him, blah, blah, blah. So at which point I stop, I turn and I go over toward the coach and I go, "Coach, maybe." Kind of just like that, all right? And as soon as I go, "Maybe," he goes, okay. That was his response, okay? And the subtext was, that didn't need to be spoken, was, "Maybe you're right, coach. Maybe I missed it. You know, I'm in my upper 20s, low 30s, and this coach is probably in his upper 40s, lower 50s. He's got more experience, he's probably been coaching longer, maybe he knows the game better, whatever. Maybe he was right." I'm not arguing whether or not he was right. He could have been right. And he got that message. Maybe you're right. Maybe. But what's not up for debate is that I have the authority and the power to call it. So by me saying, "Maybe you're right," that's my concession that I'm not arguing. You could be right. I'm not even gonna step into that space where we're gonna get in this verbal verbal argument. It's not part of my job description to convince you of my calls. There is no convincing, ever. I might explain once in a while if I choose to and not be a jerk about it, but I don't have to convince you. You know, if you were let's say like a high school math teacher, right? And let's say you're in like your upper 20s, low 30s, and you're in like a shouting match with, like a 15-year-old kid, people would look at the adult in that situation and be like, "Wow, like that's really, it's really immature of the adult to do that," okay? This is just an analogy. All analogies limp, it's not perfect. But in a soccer match, when the referee, the person who is in the authority position, when they start arguing, they very quickly lower themselves to the level of the coach who's wanting to engage them. Don't fall for the trap. Do not. Instead, hear them out. What do you have to say here? "Thanks for letting me know. I'll watch for it." Or, "Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm going to get back to the game now." Whatever you have to say. In this example that I'm about to show, the coach thought that there was a handball, which then led to a goal against his team. So he comes out to me right at the end of the half, and he's kind of a little animated because he's like, "We didn't see this, right?" And my response to him is, "Coach, this is what we saw." And he's like, "Well, this is this." And I'm like, "That might be the case, but this is what we saw. This is what we saw." You can't argue with "this is what we saw." He might say, "Dude, get in a better position so you can see it next time." And I'd say, "Okay, you got something there, but this is what we saw." And it was me, it was the fourth official, I had 2 ARs, right? And as a team, this is what we saw. Now I can talk to the team afterwards and I can be like, "Guys, we got to be in a better position or be paying more attention to make that call or to know for sure that that's a good call or a bad call. So let's work on our hustle, but this is what we saw." And once I say that to the coach, very quickly he's like, "Oh, okay, I get it, but that was a handball, right?" And then he said to me like, "You'll see it in the replay or something." Fine, but this is what we saw. There's not a lot of argument when you come back with that line. So I guess I could say in sum is the way that you win arguments with coaches is you never even engage in the argument. You don't have to. When a coach is upset, most of the time, first and foremost, the coach wants to be heard or acknowledged. That's either the fourth official, or if you're a single person out there on the pitch, then you go and talk to them, or you have your AR talk to them, or whatever. But they want to be heard, okay? And after you hear them, you say, Coach, I hear you. And then for you, as the referee taking away from that situation, it might be an invitation for you just to work harder to be in a better position to see the foul. Anyway, I hope that's useful to you. Take it or leave it. At any rate, I hope it helps you to reflect on your game and make you a better ref.